All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 11th episode of the New Gods podcast. Today we are missing Apollo. He may be showing up later. We'll have to wait and see. But today we're continuing on with your submissions from last time. There are so many, we can probably get like another episode after this one. You guys submitted heaps. It's great. So let's just get straight into it. The first one is, what would happen if a moon scorch won the festival? The festival of Termina. What do you guys think would happen?
That happen? Can that happen even? We haven't seen a single moon scorch getting called by Perkel, right?
Yeah. Isn't the door closed? Like, cause he opens the door up. So yeah, I don't know if a moon scorch can even is even applicable there. I think that this counts as a loss, right?
It's like you got you lost. Yeah, unless you're Pocket Cat. Maybe Pocket Cat actually make it through. Actually, Dan Pocket Cat.
Maybe.
I don't know if that counts as moon scorched.
Yeah, I don't think that's technically a moon scorch. I think that's something different. I think Pocket Cat nabs him before he actually moon scorches, so we don't actually see what his true moon scorch form is.
Interesting. Yeah, probably.
Well,
Makes
okay.
sense, actually.
Okay, so assuming that they can get, let's say that you climb up the side of the tower, right? You climb up there to go fight Percolate, and I guess what's the differences between the endings, right? One, you sort of wake up. Can Moonscorch even be outside the festival? Can that actually happen?
I mean,
probably get
we've got all those Moonscorch villagers.
Yeah, but they're in the festival
villagers
too.
had to exist between the festivals, right?
But the whole thing is, it's special. The whole festival has stayed there. They said it's 3 different festivals, but that's just sort of the waves of people as they arrive. Like the moon just stayed there. The moon didn't leave. So,
I wonder if speaking of the other festivals, I wonder if Hunger 3 will take action on that. On the other 2 festivals that are going to be happening. Or one of them.
What do you mean?
Like, people are asking for Fear Hunger 3. I wonder if, there's going to be more festivals around the world. If Fear Hunger 3 is going to be another festival going on in another part of the town.
I don't think there's going to be a festival on a space station.
Yeah, can you have a festival on the moon? Because that's where it's going to be set, so...
It would be nice.
I don't think... I'd be surprised if... We might get mentions of extra festivals, because I did think it was weird that we didn't get any sort of clarification about what the rules of the other festivals were. Like, where did they show up? Was it always in Preheval? Like, what was the time difference? Like, I would have liked a little bit more information about that.
Yeah, I was thinking about that as well. I was confused. I was like, hang on a second. There's other ones. I kind of want to be part of them now. Huh.
Yeah, like all Percolate said is that they've been going on for ages, and he was a previous winner from hundreds of years ago. I think that's sort of all we know about it. And that the city of Preheval has some sort of weird connection to Rare, and that's sort of that's it. I doubt though, I really doubt that the festival will take, the 3rd game will involve the festival.
Maybe. It's too much recycling ideas, I guess.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. Mira doesn't seem to want to copy ideas that much. And there's a good chance
he wants to copy ideas. He just doesn't want to copy his own ideas.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah. The 3rd game's going to be very different, I think. You see, Mira on Twitter the other day said, I desperately want to do something else other than work on Termina, or something along those lines. He's been working on doing nothing but that for 4 years now.
He worked out double, if you think about it, because his computer died, right?
Yeah.
So he had to double work.
Only about a month's worth. So I don't know. Actually, he said he didn't want to. He said he hadn't redone that stuff that he did yet, so maybe he hasn't done that yet. that sort of month of work is just lost to the void, and we might never get it again. This has vanished.
Sucks.
Okay, next question. Which Fear and Hunger 1 endings are canon? I think it's a pretty simple one.
Oh man, I was gonna make a whole video about that
Oh yeah.
because it's actually relatively easy to demonstrate which ones are. Because various things. But I was gonna have that be all set up as in, okay, here's the evidence for it, here's the evidence against it. And like, we can't definitively say that E isn't canon. It probably happened to someone. We can't definitively say that D isn't canon. It could have happened to someone.
Mm.
We do know that C, B, and A are all probably canon. We do know that 3 of the S endings are probably canon. And 2 of the S endings are probably canon. One of them is kind of ambiguous, and one of them is just, if it did happen, there's nothing that says it couldn't have happened.
Mm. Yeah, I think Enki is like universally considered to be canon. Just because there's like zero evidence against it, and there's a, him writing the books is like, because the skin bubbles are straight up in his S ending art, aren't they?
Yep.
And obviously ending A happened. Somebody did ending A. Like I think those are the only two like absolutely undeniably hard canon endings. Everything else is sort of like, oh yeah, I don't know.
Well, also the most important part of ending B, where Nasra got exploded with fire.
No, that's true. Yeah, somebody. That's the tricky thing. It's like, did he go there by himself though, or did somebody take him there? Like, did he go down there with somebody when they went to go make the God of Fear and Hunger, and then just stuck around and found Grogoroth? Like, could that have happened?
Sure, Nasra could have gotten his own ending B, I guess.
Hmm. Can we have a mod where you play as Nasra? I think that'd be pretty sick.
That wouldn't be that hard to do.
Jones, can you do it?
Would it be too easy though? Would that be the thing?
I think so.
I mean, yeah, you literally couldn't lose.
I guess what would the
Exactly.
challenge be then? Would it be like a timed run, or like how would you make it hard? I don't know. Like what? There isn't a challenge there because he just doesn't age. So.
No.
Yeah.
No, no.
Yeah.
He's also
I guess
immune
remove the
to.
Quantum's guard, maybe, and that's it.
No, most of those wouldn't do anything to him since he's immortal anyway.
Yeah, but if he goes into a cutscene, then the game crashes because there's no animation of him getting
Yeah,
fucked.
the only challenges just
Yeah.
don't crash the game.
Recover my loan.
Okay then. Sorry, Nashra bros. We're still in no Nashra November anyway, so we're not gonna have any Nashra mods.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, next question is, which Fear and Hunger 1 contestant would fare the best in Termina, and vice versa? Which Termina contestant would fare the best in the first game? I think something to note is that in general, humanity has gotten a lot weaker over time, and I think that all of the heroes from the first game, they don't really have a collective name, do they? We'll just call them heroes. All the heroes are a lot better than most of the contestants. I think there's like
But
3, maybe 4 contestants that are like on equal.
Is the question about gameplay wise or story wise? That's how they will react.
Oh, well, I guess whichever one you're most interested in.
Well, if it is gameplay wise, Levi can easily win.
Oh
in
yeah,
Fear
guns.
Hunger 1.
Yeah, if they bring their equipment, then yeah, I think.
Just bring their guns. Easy.
Yeah.
You see the yellow badges?
Oh, actually, no.
Explode.
No. Levi will be really stuck with that heroin, won't he? So once you
mean,
run out of
yeah,
ammo,
yeah,
because you can't find ammo in the dungeon. So
Yeah.
You're right. Oh no. Wait,
he'll have a
so,
really good
let's
start.
see,
So you
let
need
me
to get
do
a
that.
marriage really quickly, and then he's just on equal footing after that anyway. So
Yeah, I think the other way around, though, Kahara would probably perform the best. Because, like, the RC has the numbers to pull it off in Termina, but she's also kind of an idiot. And would, like, refuse to partake in this filthy pagan ritual and blah, 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 blah.
You cannot get the
Yeah.
true ending with Darcy. She like gives up right away after She sees Kaiser.
Oh, she wouldn't want to kill a lot of civilians either, would she? She would have qualms about that. So a lot of enemies
Yeah.
she would really
Like, is
struggle
this
to
okay
kill.
with us? Yeah.
Enki has the mentality for it, but he's also a nerd, and you can shove him in a locker pretty easy.
Are there more necromancy? And necromancy in general is weaker in Termina. So he would have a bit of trouble.
Wouldn't be able to find any skeletons.
No.
Marina will be amazing for the first game, I think.
Marina.
Speaking of necromancy. Just get Grogor 3, necromancy, start again with 2 skeletons. Black Orb.
Yeah, I guess actually, magic skills have definitely developed since the first game, that's for sure. Like Osar and Marina have really good skills that would be great in the dungeon. Oh, do they bring Rev?
Mm-hmm.
Can they use Rev in the dungeon?
Nah.
Hmm.
Way too OP, I think.
Well, then Marina will probably suck then, because then she's really only got Engrave.
Yeah, but what I mean is like she starts with Black Orb already. Black Orb doesn't need Rev in the first game.
Wait, she starts with Black Orb?
I mean, she starts with Grogor 3. She just needs to get 3 souls.
Oh, yes, you're right. Hmm.
And necromancy.
That would be a fantastic start, wouldn't it?
And a free book.
Yeah, actually, you're right.
Broken.
Yeah,
There's
I think.
Also, Osa.
Yeah, I was about to
But
say.
I mean, Osa cannot. He's going through the dungeon in his, mind. He cannot go in the dungeon, right? You don't get the horse back into the barn once you get him out.
That is something worth noting, is that when one of the strongest characters in Termina actually went through the dungeon, he got utterly bodied and only got out through sheer luck.
Yeah.
So I wonder if like the mental grit of the contestants just isn't the same level. Well, even the ones in the first game, like canonically, they get absolutely wrecked if they leave the dungeon. Like their minds are just completely shattered. So.
Speaking of Osa, did you see Osa from the demo, Mao?
No, I didn't.
He has blue eyes.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah. I was wondering, as you were talking about, it's like, did Miro actually intended to have blue eyes because of the traumatized story of him being in dungeons? Osa looks so different in the demo.
He would. Now he's got yellow eyes, right?
Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah, yellows, yeah.
Clearly in the demo, he was just eating 5 grams of aspirin a day. That explains it.
I would love to find it this one.
Okay, next question. Why was Moonless at pre-upheaval? This one's pretty simple. So August's family line is descended from Ragnvalder, and Ragnvalder must have recruited Moonless, and then August was raised with Moonless, like they were friends, and so he brought Moonless to pre-upheaval in order to help guard, help track down and kill Legard, basically.
Basically, to answer your question, Moonless is there because she's August's pet dog.
Sorry,
yeah.
by the way. I it's not blue eyes. Sorry, my mind just.
Oh,
I
you
flew
lied
away,
to us.
but I'm sorry. I sent the picture down there if you wanna put it in the podcast. So look at him.
It's just
He
his
looks
yellow
so
eyes.
different. Yeah, but look at how he looks. You see it, right?
No, I don't see a difference.
Those are yellow eyes.
Yeah.
Do you see the difference?
I have no
They're
idea
yellow
what
eyes,
you're
man.
talking about. It looks identical.
I'm gonna find this sprite. I swear.
Look, you find the sprite and we'll throw it up, and then we'll get chat to vote if he looks different or not.
Please, yes.
I mean, you could just compare images. You don't even need to vote. This is just pixel measurement. There's color picker tools for this. But anyway.
Found it. Look at it. Look at the difference.
That's upscaled though.
Yeah.
Okay, next question is why hasn't she answered any of my calls? Don't know if we can help you with that one, buddy. Sorry.
The hardest one?
Which pocket? No, we answered that one.
She's been too busy in my bed to get to the phone. Next question.
Considering the theories that had the most proof attached to them, what would Lagarde's timeline be? I'm actually working on a bit of a timeline for Lagarde at the moment. And the funny thing is, right, he after the first game, he leaves the dungeon. And he's so mad that the god of fear and hunger basically took his spot, even though he had no chance of getting that strong, that he ends up going on, he becomes the Yellow King of Madness, and he goes on some bloody campaign. Nobody can stop him. And then he's like, oh, well, this isn't achieving what I want anyway. And then he goes back to the dungeon. And then he vanishes. So it's, well, actually, I don't think they say he explicitly goes back to the dungeon, but he vanishes. And then he just shows up again as the Kaiser. But before he was the Kaiser, he was actually going around working on Project Logic and manipulating, what was it, Eastern Sanctuaries into working on it. And then Eastern Sanctuaries allied with Veronia to become Eastern Union. And then Lagarde goes and becomes the Kaiser in order to create like a counterweight army. And then he triggers the war and then kills fucking everybody. So he technically didn't need to do any of that. Which is the interesting thing. Like the Eastern Union were working with him. Like all of the notes you see from the scientists, they were all entirely on board with what he was doing. So the wars that he created were for another reason, which is something I'm still trying to figure out. I think it's probably a giant blood sacrifice to sulfur, I think. But, still digging through it. And then, then the game happens, right? He only shows up to Pre-Heval like a day before you guys do. Like, everybody leaves when he's on his way. So, like, the timeline of what happens in the game is, like, really, really short. And Ryla, Olivia's sister, basically gets into Logic, like, 2 days before you get there. Like, it's, like, the timeline is super tight. She hasn't been in there for very long at all. Yeah. So there's potential that ending C is canon, so where Lagarde becomes a new god, and where he dies in the dungeon and gets resurrected in Darcy's Ascending. It could potentially have happened because there's a good chance he just fucked off back to the dungeon. But it's still well, actually, no. Wait, we went through this conversation, didn't we? Nashra references a conversation. Well, Lagarde references a conversation he and Nashra had when you take him to the throne in Ending C. So that it's still, yeah.
So we know Ending C is canon.
Yeah, it's almost certainly canon. I'll be surprised if it isn't. It's one of those things where it's like, it could, like it might not be because there's like no, like undeniable evidence. Everything is like right on the edge of like circumstantial. But anyway, that's enough lore ranting. What is the best enemy from each game?
So the best enemy for me, in my opinion, Termina, Mob. I love the Mob.
The Mob are great. They are pretty fantastic.
Just knowing that every single time you take a step, you're taking a gamble on if you really are going to be fighting or not. And the worst is when you're streaming, because you get this feeling of I want to fight them just to show off.
Yeah.
It's not that difficult.
Yeah.
And then you get killed. And it's like, oh yeah, I messed up. Fuck.
I don't fight them even if I know I'm equipped to do it, because I just don't want the risk of like missing an attack and then you just get meat grinded in half.
Exactly, but for me the feeling of like showing off is like, man, I want to see, I want to try, I love it. And the soundtrack, just that's the first time and the only time I play fully the boss fight song without being interrupted. Almost every single fight just finishes earlier than
Wait, really?
when the song hits. For me, at least.
Oh, because you beat him too quickly.
The Mob is a fight that you need to focus.
Yeah. I just love
You
how
can hear the sound.
the glass break bottle still gets me when you walk through a spot. Like it just sends chills up my spine whenever that glass break happens. Because when you walk through the trigger area and then they throw the glass bottle at you first, and then the chainsaw noise starts. It's great.
I love it. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
That is for me the best. What about
I'm
you
gonna
guys?
have to go with the humble prison guard.
Oh yeah.
The prisoner?
Yes, because I'd say a lot of Fear and Hunger's one success comes from him.
Yeah, I think that's probably a very fair thing to say, to be honest.
You see, in this world hyper-saturated with countless forms of media, you need some sort of really strong opening hook to actually get someone to stick with your stuff. And the usual flow of run into the first enemy and beat it gets so badly subverted by the prison guard
Yeah.
that it stuck out in a lot of people's minds. And I think that the fact that their game over scene breaks so many rules of standard game design that it actually sticks in someone's brain and allows Fear and Hunger to avoid fading into the background like the countless thousands of other equally good indie games out there.
Yeah, you're 100% right. Like when you're playing the game for the first time, it's sort of dark and grimy, and everyone says it's pretty messed up. You're not prepared for how messed up it is when they just throw some dude with a massive stinger in your face, and then he just kills you, and it's like, oh, like I couldn't do anything there.
Yeah, that reminds me. Recently, Senor Pelo played Fear and Hunger, and he went through that scene. He did not expect it.
Yeah.
He was like, "You didn't tell me you actually get in the game."
I think a compilation video where it's just streamers' reactions to that first fight would be pretty banger.
Yeah.
I do like how the woodsman in Termina is a bit of a cheeky nod towards that. Where it's like, oh, you want stingers? Here you go, here's a stinger. Oh wait, no, it's not even a stinger. It's a fake out. So it was like, Miro loves playing with expectations, especially in the start of the game. And I thought that was pretty funny. Because mechanically he's fairly similar to the guard, although easier, of course, definitely easier. Because he's only got the one coin flip.
Well, the thing about him is that if you get cocky with him, you lose. Compared to a guard that you just remove the arm and then you just guard the whole time, you lose against this guy.
That's true.
Kind of scary to explain, but I suffered the most with that guy whenever I started playing the game, thinking it was easy. Nope, it's not.
Yeah, because you can take out most of the time, unless you get like a really bad roll on, I think it's like Enki, you can take out the guard's arm in a single hit, right?
Yeah.
But,
on Fear and Hunger difficulty, any character can take it out with a single hit except Unarmed Girl because it only has 20 hit points.
Oh, okay, there you go.
And on Terror and Starvation, Spear de Arse and Axe Ragenvalder can take it out in one hit if they get a good roll.
Oh, okay. So I guess it depends on the difficulty level. But assuming we're playing on the base difficulty, then the woodsman's arm it takes a couple of hits to take it out, doesn't it? His axe arm.
It takes 3 knife hits.
3? Goodness gracious.
Yes.
That is a bit harder than
2 range hits, I believe. Yeah, it's not that easy.
No,
I
okay.
Yeah, that's why you just go for the torso like everything else in Termina.
You can't. He has like 1,000 HP in the torso, I think. I haven't checked in a while, actually. Let me check.
So I guess he's the enemy that teaches you that, okay, you're not really supposed to fight everything in this game. Just run. It's safer.
Torso has 720 HP.
Jeez. Okay.
And the right arm has 300. 300.
Huh.
It's not a joke. It's not a joke.
Yeah.
It's not a joke.
He's not that hard when you have a Bella. So I wonder if it's teaching you to go gear up before you go fight anything.
Oh, when I fought him with a Vela, I usually lost.
Really?
That's mostly where I'm coming from. Yes.
Wait, playing as a Bella or
Because
with...
the arm, I will ratio the arm, just go for the torso, and the punches do like 40 damage of the free hand. And if I
That's
would
right,
go for
yeah.
the arm, then the torso would like tackle you, doing the same damage as the arm.
I feel like tackles and punches deal more damage in Termina. Maybe more enemies just do them and I'm just
Yeah,
getting
they do a
confused.
lot. And you start with no armor in Termina compared to Fear Hunger one.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Yeah, all the starting armor is all pretty junk, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But yes, like I think the easiest way to take out the Wolfman is 2 pistol shots with gunslinger skill from Levi, and
Just
then
use a gun.
just have fun. Or 3 sniper shots, and he said.
Actually, whenever I use the rifle, I always prefer just to just take off a limb or two and then actually do the fight, so I save a lot of ammo. But I guess it depends on.
Oh,
how much
I
you've got,
used
right?
to do that until I realized that you can just shoot another time and then he dies. Because of the depth spot that we found recently. That the community found, I guess. Just 3
Oh.
shots kills him.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's pretty good then. Yeah. You
Yeah,
will
but
get enough
wait.
ammo for that, so it's safer.
Yeah. Did you know that the demo actually has the grass spot, the depth spot?
Oh wow, I wonder if Miro put that there just so we can like get through the early game easy.
Maybe he forgot about it, eh?
Probably. He
It's a
has
test.
forgotten a lot of stuff, so I don't blame him.
Just
It's a
Levi's
huge
skill.
game. It's massive.
But the shotgun, the lock on the gate did not work. So that wasn't a thing that he added in the demo.
Oh, that's
He
interesting.
added it afterwards. Mhm.
That grass spot with the bolt cutters, is that allowed in speedrunning?
Yeah.
Because there's no way that's not getting patched out though. What will they do? Will they like?
Well,
what happens then?
speaking of speed running, I am planning on reworking most of the rules when it comes to Final 2 when the new update releases.
Yeah,
We're gonna
it's-
be making a glitch list and any percent where glitches is no glitch at all, no death spot, no weird stuff. We're gonna be coming up with the rules specifically with what you can and can't do. And any
boneless.
percent will be like you can have infinite stamina, the death spot, the shotgun, whatever glitch, right?
Yeah.
Skipping even, yeah.
Wait, so infinite stamina isn't allowed? I guess that's a glitch, right? But
No,
it's
it's not.
it's so random to trigger though.
People know how to do it now in speedrunning.
Do they? How do you trigger it?
Yes. As far as Brett said in my Discord, you gotta let go of the run before the last frame. stamina.
Oh, okay.
And I was able to replicate it, honestly. Whenever I actually need it in Massive Mode when I'm streaming, I actually do it pretty
Yeah,
easily.
it doesn't sound that hard to trigger. Like, it does a little bit of practice, right? I was
Yeah.
wondering how that triggered. It's really useful, isn't it?
It is really good. And people would probably cut a lot of time from speedrunning if they know how to do it properly for an entire run.
Oh, yeah, for
That's
sure.
mostly what I'm waiting for. I just need a new patch. I cannot just change the rules yet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I feel like it's going to come out soon because Miro's been posting a lot
Same.
about it. He's been posting a
Every
lot
single
of
time he
stuff.
says soon. Every single time he says soon. I'm
Well,
like,
he's-
oh my god, please, Vito.
I mean, he's been saying that for ages because he's the sort of person that doesn't work with deadlines. So,
Yeah.
has he posted anything today? Actually, let's see. What's the last thing he posted? It was just Levi. No, it was the new cooking system. Did you see that? They're adding a new cooking
Yeah, I
system.
saw that. Levi with his face. I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, poor Levi. He ate a bee. That's what happened. Poor Levi ate a bee.
What?
I'll pull it. Hang on, let me write that down this timestamp. I'll pull it up. We'll pull it up on stream. But he ate a bee. Where did I posted this. I'll link it here. Oh, it doesn't embed anymore, does it? Hang on, I'll just go to the image.
It sure does look like he ate a bee.
Yeah. Yeah. What I think is actually happening is Miro's adding like a moon scorch over time effect. Like, you know how there was the ruin effect in the first game? How it doesn't really affect gameplay unless you get ruined 3 times, but when you get ruined, it doesn't affect gameplay at all. But it just changes how the picture looks. So I reckon that's what this is. It could be something else. Maybe it's like an infection effect or something like that. But there's also the goat as well. The goat has something similar, which I thought was...
He did?
Yeah, Miro posted this ages ago, and I thought...
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I thought this was like an extended Black Caleb questline because he's got the Allmere engravings, right? So I thought, oh, maybe it's, it's to make him stronger, but it could be like a Moonscorch effect. So
what I thought when I saw Levi's thing, and also my friend Rupa also thought the same. It's like the bee guy, I forgot the name, the Michelin man, hit him with the bees.
Beekeeper. Yeah, mate.
The beekeeper, yeah. We call him the Michelin man because we prefer him. Yeah, it feels that maybe that happened.
Could be,
Michelin man being scarier.
It does look like he's been stung by a bee, doesn't it?
Yeah. He doesn't do anything. He just poisons you. And, well, one shots you with the hands.
Oh, those hands are
If you
nuts.
get
I
hit.
hate fighting him because of that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They do 140 damage in Master.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like even in regular difficulty, they do a ridiculous amount of damage.
They do 80.
Dude, that's insane. Yeah, I hate fighting those things. I hate it. I just don't do it anymore. That's that's most enemies. It's like, I hate fighting this thing. I'm just not going to do it. It's like, okay, yeah, you just don't have to.
No mob, no beekeeper.
Yeah, no mob, no beekeeper, no death marks, no crimson father.
No Marina, no Rancid. Just skip
Yeah.
everything with the
yeah. Use the exploits to skip them.
Yeah.
I remember one time Miro was like, I'm going to make Crimson Fathers harder. I'm like, oh, that's good because they were really easy to begin with. They were just
Wait,
super easy to
what?
fight.
They were?
Yeah, I think it was because they only had a random chance to cast their mind control. Now it's like guaranteed on like second turn.
I don't remember this.
It was. I
Or
remember
maybe-
being pretty early. Unless he's yet to buff them. In which case, I'm never going to the church basement ever again. I'm just not going to play.
Yeah, I think that they were changed now. Wait, no. They actually did. They run now. They wouldn't run before.
That's right.
Remember?
Yeah. But I'm positive
That
that
has
they
to
were
be.
buffed in general, like in the actual fight, because I remember that
Well-
mind control was only pretty random, but now it's like every single time you fight them, they'll cast it.
I don't remember it being random, but it's been a while since I played the previous version. Well, I remember.
On whatever version I played, they always casted second turn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, I finally understand how to fight those guys. By the way,
Oh yeah.
after so long, yeah, just equip a knife and you win.
You'd have to take it in
It's-
their arm first, though, right?
No, if you get mind control, you don't take damage. Almost, you would take max 45 damage, maybe.
Oh, only 45 damage. Only.
You need extra turn because the more turns that you act before them, the less you are mind control. Mind control works with you taking your turn, so extra turn also works.
Oh,
When
that's
you're-
like concussion in the
control.
first game too, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's exactly how you do it. So
Okay.
they're useless afterwards. Then you can play.
So you just get your whole team with a knife. Well, that wouldn't work with like a single person though.
Yes, that's what I do in Master mode with a single person.
Why do you fight them in Maso mode? Why do you fight them?
Because they're easy. They're really
That's
easy to
insane.
fight, man.
Oh, they're only dealing
out your knife and you
45
win.
damage, and they get like at least 2 free hits on you.
No, you deal 45 damage yourself with them attacking you. Their knife will be able to do 45 damage to you, and that's it. You deal 0 damage to yourself.
Yeah, but
Because
but
the
still,
knife has
they
no
would still
damage.
hit you twice though, right? That's a lot of damage.
Well,
It's 90 damage. And you can just not fight them.
I think about it, it's just it feels good to just kill them after so long. I had to get a guide about that. I plan on making guides for almost every enemy in the future.
Yeah. One of my friends is playing it for the first time because he saw Only Plays, because Only Plays have been playing it.
So
And he loves watching them. So he got into it as well. And he got up to the church. I've been like giving him like really minor hints. So like, oh yeah, go east first, because otherwise if you go west, you'll spend like, 5 hours wandering around in the city not knowing what you're doing, right? And he gets to the church and he's like, okay, so what do I do here? And I'm like, look, I'll give you a brief guide for the enemies, you know, and here's how to beat the what are those guys called? The choir boys?
The what?
The Queens of Fires, you saying?
No, the ones upstairs in the rafters.
Oh, the Pillar Men.
Pillarmen, yeah. Because they're part of the choir. The choir
Yeah.
agony. I'm like, you know, here's how to beat them, and then, you know, when you go downstairs, here's how to beat the enemies. Don't fight them. Just don't fight them. Don't fight anything downstairs. And then
They're part of the choir of agony. No, they're part of the ancient Mayan gods with the stone mask. What are you talking about?
And then the first thing he does is he goes into Rare's realm and fights Dysmorphia. He's like, how do I do this fight? And I'm like, you're done. Like, I told you not to.
You're done.
It's like, and he's playing like solo Marco, and he's not using any weapons. I'm like, because I was like, you know, fists are better than everything you can get at that point, basically. And it's like, how do I do this fight? It's like, it's not happening. This is not happening. Just don't.
Nope. Nope. So there's one way that could have probably happened, maybe. Purifying Talisman into guarding and then attacking, and then praying that she just shakes her hands instead of hurting
Yeah.
every single turn.
Yeah,
I think
with
you win
good
more
RNG,
than-
you can beat every fight with fists, right?
Yeah, RNG the critical strike on the head of Dysmorphia.
Or just get the only one arm spawn, which is the only fight I've ever gotten.
Really? She only spawns with one arm?
Eh,
What?
I thought it was intentional at first.
Wait, yeah, how does that work? I've seen pictures of that in the official server at one point. But what?
Apparently,
How
if
is
you
it? How
fight
can
the
that happen?
gender and win,
If you fight what, sorry?
How? Oh,
The-
you. Oh.
the gender.
What?
In the intro.
Oh, the janitor. Oh, that's what you said. I thought you were saying gender. I was like, what are you talking about?
No,
janitor.
janitor.
Gender.
I was like, I was
Dr.
so
Jan
confused.
Itor.
Okay, so if
I
you
was
beat the
confused.
janitor, then Dysmorphia will spawn with one arm. That's weird. Oh, I wonder how that works.
There has to be a connection. There had to be a connection. No way it's still a thing.
I'm not gonna try and think about the bizarre RPG maker coding stuff behind the scenes. That's gonna give me a headache. So let's just move on to the next question, I think.
Alright, good.
Could the ascension process to become an ascended god be different for every old god that wants to be usurped? If it is, there's been like no hints that it is. Like it could be, but it seems to be that.
This is one of those situations where, yeah, it theoretically could be. There's nothing definitively saying that it isn't, but there's also nothing definitively saying that there is.
Exactly.
Might as well be asking about a teapot in the orbit around Rare.
Yeah, exactly. For all intents and purposes, they're the same until we find out otherwise. So, you know, there's been zero hint that they're different. Oh, what's the significance of the menu background art? Bones, I believe you know this one for the first game.
Menu background?
So
art?
how it's got like Lagarde cutting his wrist and
the
it's
intro screen.
yeah.
I'll have to like pull that up and look at it. Hold on, because there's like a bunch of different things I'd have to explain.
Yeah, for Termina, I'll just talk about the Termina one first while you're looking that up. I don't know if there's like any sort of really overarching significance, but you know, in the background you've got Lagarde and the ghosts walking towards, or did they take the ghosts out? Was that in the first version? Well, anyway, you've got Lagarde walking towards the tower with Rare above it, and I believe that's sort of showing that the tower, and that's sort of, the tower is the symbol of the god of fear and hunger too, so I think Lagarde is using that as a means to ascend, like the festival as a means to ascend. And then you've got Marina sacrificing Levi as well on the left there, like cutting his throat. And I think that just sort of represents, you know, to ascend, you're gonna have to sacrifice everybody else. That's the only way you're gonna. That's the only way it's gonna happen. There's also the flowers. Oh, Propolo's here. Hang on, let me change the art. How you doing, Frappy?
Pretty tired. What did I miss?
An
Pretty
hour even.
There we go.
So we were talking about the image on the title screen of both Fear and Hunger and what they represent. To me, in Termina, it's just edginess from Fear and Hunger 1. That carry over
It's
from
just
Fear and
edgy.
Hunger
You
to
can't-
Fear and Hunger,
you
and
no,
that's
no,
it.
no, 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 no. People use this argument all the time, right? You know, this was added just because it's cool. This was added just because it's edgy. No. Have you interacted with Miro? Have you interacted with these games at all? Nothing is just there because it's cool. Okay? No.
I mean,
Full stop. Full
Marina
stop.
doesn't act like that, and Levi doesn't act like that.
Marina doesn't sacrifice people. Are you kidding? She's a cultist.
No, wait,
I mean,
whoa,
she's
whoa, whoa.
nice.
Yeah? Propolo?
From the Discord. Hello?
Yeah.
You hear-
No,
Twitter
my
and-
dropped out
like-
for some reason. It does that.
Oh, that must have been my
Discord.
internet. Sorry. Because you all dropped out at the same time then.
I heard from someone in the Discord. I don't know if it's confirmed, but if I remember correctly, there is a tweet message from Mira about it, but I am not sure, so we will need to check. But originally, Marina and Levi were the only two protagonists of the game.
Yes, I've seen that too. Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Well,
that-
in the
that-
demo, there's only 4 characters, which is Levi, Dan, the mechanic, fucking development, and there's someone else. I think Marina is also the fourth one.
Yeah. Miro,
Those are the
I saw that tweet as
characters
well.
that
Miro's
you get.
confirmed that the original plan was just to have those two as the only playable ones, and then he decided very last minute to make it a battle royale, and so added the rest of the contestants as like other characters. So
This is Fortnite without the filter.
it's Fortnite. Fear and Hunger Fortnite.
Anyway,
I'm curious about one thing, by the way. In the first game title screen, I am very curious. What do you guys think is the big black ball behind the characters?
Big black ball. What do you?
Oh,
let me
that
look it
thing.
up.
yeah, I mean, I
Terminal.
was about to go through and explain everything. So on the top right, you have a depiction of Sylvian overlooking the whole thing because all this is according to her plan. You got the flowers that show up on the 10th floor. You've got Lagarde being an edgy bastard, probably casting Blood Golem or participating in some other bizarre ritual. You've got the girl holding the doll of Lagarde that he made for her. Got Nosramis and her pet knight on the far left. And in the bowl, you have the view of the world above you when you jump down the toilet, the most important part.
Listen to
No,
me,
I'm like
Frapolo, okay?
90% sure that's like an early rendering of what eventually got settled on being the 9th and 10th floor backgrounds.
You know what that is for me, Frapolo? The dark ball
Yeah.
behind.
Yeah.
That is the world for me without you.
The word for oh, so it's very dark without me. Oh,
Yes.
thanks. But
Don't worry about it.
you know, actually, now that Jones mentioned this vision, actually it makes more sense. What if I mean, you made us a joke saying that it was the toilet point, but what if the vision from level 10, like they are inside of level 10 because of something, and they are seeing the world above from there?
Yeah, maybe.
After all, the title screen plays only in the title screen and in level 10, and there are the flowers of level 10, so yeah, it makes sense.
What if these are the characters whose ending are canon or something like that?
You know what's
the
funny? I am
Nosferatu
working
ending
on a
is canon,
theory
yeah.
in which I'm working on a theory in which Darce is a discarded girl. So what if these are the characters? The girl is literally Darce. Ah,
Oh
No, the girl isn't Darce. The girl is Sylvian, remember?
no.
Unless you're trying
Nah.
to say that Darce
Nah.
is secretly
Nah.
Sylvian, which is why
Nah.
you can spawn more of her
Nah.
from the canon debug tiles.
No. Well, I'm not dealing with this today. No. Let's go to the next topic.
Well, actually, I did want to ask, on the title screen for Termina, there is flowers underneath Levi. Where do those flowers show up in the game at all? Hang on, I'll post it.
Let me open the Termina game. Wait a second.
Yep.
Don't they show up on the shore?
On the shore. Do they?
Sorry, what? Can you say again?
The flowers underneath Levi. Do they show
Yeah,
up
they're
in
white
game?
dahlia. They show up on the shore. Haven't you ever played your Silent Hills?
Is this a Silent Hill reference in the title screen? That would actually be really funny.
Of course it is.
The shore.
Is it a white? Hang on, let me see. Is it a white dahlia? No, they're not. Or they don't look like it, at least. This might be an app Miro question and demand answers, because I don't remember any
the
flowers
most
like
important
this.
question. The most important question, though, is who is the other person on the title screen? There are Levi, there is Marina, there is the Kaiser, of course, and then there is another mysterious guy walking near him.
Oh, it's
That is
they're
Pedro.
ghosts. There's one in the further background too. There used to be more in the original version before it was changed around too. I'll see if I can find the original.
Oh, there was
version.
so there was a different version of the title screen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you haven't seen it. The demo is completely different, with Marina being more edgy and Levi being dead.
Mm. Marina's also got the old the missing eye, like Sulfur. It's all about ascension, baby.
Oh, so what you're saying is Marina is Grogora. That makes sense.
Yes.
Oh no!
Yes, that's true.
Can we spend one
Yeah.
episode without mentioning Gorogoroth being inside of every one of us, and even Sylvian, please? I mean, Jones, are you Gorogoroth too, or something?
No, I'm Jones. Nice to
Oh,
meet
okay.
you. Hi.
You know what? You know what's something that's really interesting is that Fear and Hunger 1 is all about going deeper down into the darkness, but Fear and Hunger 2 is all about going upwards into the light. That's why the game is all brighter and more open, and you're outside most of the time. And like as you
That's
go into the
true.
city, you're going upstairs all the time, and the final place is like one giant tower, and you're going up into the sun as well. You know, secretly you're going up into the sunlight. And it's a complete
Counter
opposite.
argument, because ending A is an ending in which you go very deeper.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a fake Mahab in ending A.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I was saying, it's interesting. It's a fake Mahab. Next question. Favorite weapon, armor, accessory setup?
For which game?
In which game?
Either one.
Armor. What can you say it again? Can you repeat?
Which build? What's your favorite build? Like equipment
My
build.
free build. I would say 3 Chuck
3
and 1 Death Mask. That's the
That is
most fun
pretty
build
fun.
ever.
That is
Magic
pretty
is
fun.
amazing, but it's very close to 3 Yagetsu and the armor of August. But that one is weaker, slightly weaker.
Oh, you reckon? I guess magic is pretty strong, isn't it?
Yeah, Magic is just amazing.
Yeah.
I think my favorite build would be from 1, which would be Cursed Dagger, Hard Leather Armor, probably Iron Mask, and Salmon Snake Soul.
I mean, it also depends from what you mean as build, because like there are those general builds which are good for the majority of the fights. There are some specific builds which are like counters to specific enemies. For example, the Iron Mask for the Crow Mauler, or for example, we may take the Salmon Snake Soul for the Skin Granny. But generally, I'm gonna go with the most general one because it's the most applicable, and honestly, I love always
Wrong
getting it.
answer,
very early.
Fropolo. The question was not which one is the most general one. Which one is your personal favorite?
No.
Ooh.
I am saying my favorite, because of this reasoning, is gonna be the most general one, which is, in my opinion, yeah.
I think like just to help you out, so you decide faster, so we don't stay like, you know.
But he had decided.
like
You
about-
interrupted
like
him.
about this.
I
No,
was gonna say
I'm gonna help him. I'm gonna help him.
But I was gonna
The
say
reason why I
it.
said Chuck because you can loot it. Yagetsu you cannot loot it. You need to kill the hardest one to get the third Yagetsu, and that takes a lot. Also, you gotta get to the museum. You can just loot the Chak. I don't know why. Yeah, Getsu cannot be looted from a chest or a container. I have no idea why. I hate that, to be honest.
Okay, for Apollo, stop
I don't
delaying
know,
and actually give us
honestly.
your answer this time, please. Had enough.
Gaunt armor plus White Angel Soul plus Purified Eastern Sword, baby.
Nice. Good build.
Because in my eyes, Purified Eastern Sword, while dots are broken, and I will never contest that, I still think for the majority of the fights, the Purified Eastern Sword will always triumph on the Cursed Blue Scene. That's what I think, at least.
Oh, if it comes to first games, my first weapon that I love using is the purple vial. That's it. Just win.
I think my favorite equipment setup has to be meat grinder, and then literally anything else after that. I just don't care. I just love the meat grinder.
So, Meat Grinder
So meat
plus
grinder with
Heavenly
poison
Withdrawal plus the makeshift armor.
Yep, absolutely. Let's go.
Perfect. One agility so the
Twice,
opponents get the extra turn.
If only counter work with extra turn.
That'd be sick. It doesn't?
It doesn't.
If you give the enemy extra turn, you cannot counter.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't work.
Well, I guess it
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
No,
Enemies
it
getting extra
doesn't.
turns are pretty
It doesn't
rare.
make
It
sense.
doesn't make sense.
It does make sense because
It
they're
doesn't
so
because,
fast. They're so
You
fast.
only
They like
get one
teleported behind you.
reaction per round. This is basic Dungeons and Dragons
No,
stuff. It makes
yeah,
total
yeah,
sense.
Jones,
Oh, Dragon Ball Z. It makes sense,
Counter
actually.
is
That's
a
correct.
passive state. Counter is a passive state, so it should work even for extra turns. There is no reason for it to not work.
No, it's like this, right? You know, you're in the counter stance, right? And the enemy like attacks you once, and then you counter that. But while you're countering that, they hit you again with their other hand.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Have you
This is
seen
not an
Dragon Ball
action
Z?
RPG. This is not
It's
an
like Dragon Ball
action.
Z.
Yeah, it's like Dragon Ball Z. They teleport behind you.
I know
Yeah.
that the time-based RPG leaves room to imagination, but no, I just feel like this is a weird programming mistake because it doesn't make sense for a passive state to work only sometimes.
Wait, you're saying
it's also the
Mido
same
makes
reason.
mistakes?
No, I mean, yeah, but that's not the focus of this point. Like everyone makes mistakes. Like, of course, everyone makes mistakes. But the point is,
Speak for
this is the
yourself. I
same.
don't.
This is the same reason for which I find it stupid that dots, I know you may say, dots are broken, yeah, but it still hurts me that they don't work for the extra turns, because it doesn't make sense.
I mean, like, I think this is a pretty limited argument anyway, because how often do enemies get extra turns? Like, only if you're like playing the worst way possible and like in like one fight.
I mean, yes, but still, the fact that it's a small amount of stuff, it doesn't mean that it has to be weird, you know what I mean? Like, let's imagine there is one battle into the game in which once you use in battle a brown vial, the game crashes. You don't say like, it's just one battle, whatever. No, if it's weird, it's weird. I know I am taking an extreme scenario in this moment, but it's the same reasoning. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense. Miro's going to delay the update by a week now to fix that, by the way.
Beautiful.
Next question. This is a bit of a lore one. How do you guys think love, marriage, and commitment to partners work in the Fear and Hunger universe? With all magic and terrible rituals you fall prey to, I feel like those ideas would be completely different.
Well, the rule for all strange real media is that it works the same unless it explicitly says it doesn't.
Yeah, that's true. Especially in By the Time of Termina, where a lot of magic is faded and a lot of people don't really believe in that stuff. Like the Sylvian cult are really pushed to the wayside by the time of Termina. That's why Dan gets recruited by the Baron, is because he is a Sylvian cult survivor, and they're fairly rare. So yeah, I think it's
No, they're
probably
not
safe.
rare. They're Sylvian.
Shut up, Lone. So I think you can assume that for the most part, like all of that stuff is the same, unless we see explicitly otherwise. And I don't think I don't think it's ever said otherwise that marriage is different. You know, marriage and love and what have you. So,
But what was the question again? Because I think I didn't understand it properly.
oh, so
Yeah, it's too much lore.
how is love, marriage, and commitment different in Fear and Hunger? Because of the existence of
okay.
like Sylvian rituals and what have you.
Wasn't it like that marriages can only be performed on ritual circles, and love is just love, and commitment is something that prevents Fear and Hunger from becoming a very weird game that actually contains scenes with, for example, the girl, because in that case it would become much, much darker and potentially gross.
Yeah. It seems to be that these magic rituals have an element of intent. So, in Termina, when you use masturbation, it's not that you get Sylvian affinity every time you do it, because then everybody would have a shitload of Sylvian affinity. But it's more that you need to do it in a specific mindset in order to get that affinity.
But actually,
will say,
I didn't
though-
know that. Oh, that's interesting.
I will say, though, that with the existence of healing whispers and loving whispers, ASMR would be a lot more interesting.
Oh, would that work over computers? Oh. We might not
Ask
even,
Logic.
we might not even know, because there's a good chance Logic has just deleted the old gods. So,
Or imagine if the opposite happens, like Logic creates digital versions of the god's powers, which are able to influence everyone through a net of connections.
Oh, yeah, and that's how they digitize Jiminy Cricket's journal. I see where you're going with this.
No, don't go to Kingdom Hearts. No. That's how you go to the digital world.
I think there is going to be
Digital
a...
world. You said
Oh,
digital
yeah,
world?
I remember that part.
Oh shit! You said digital world. We need to go into Digimon World 4. I forgot.
Oh,
Digimon World
no!
1, Digimon World 1.
4, you said?
So what, like
You guys
Shadowrun is
really
real
need to play
now,
Digimon World
Shadowrun is connected, Digimon is connected, that's it, it's done. It's everything now, so...
And let's go to the next question, I think.
Somebody wants us to talk about the lore significance of debug spots. Is there anything left to say about that?
Yeah, no.
Oh, man,
At
I
least-
should make like a dozen videos about that. They are so
we shouldn't.
unbelievably critical to the lore. That's like trying to summarize the lore significance of Mahabharata. That's just too much to fit into a single question.
Oh, that's very true. Has anybody else played Blasphemous? This next question's about Blasphemous.
I'm gonna play it in the future. For now, I didn't.
I played part of it.
Well, the question is, can the penitent one from Blasphemous survive both OG Fear and Hunger and Termina? I think the answer is a
He comes
resounding
back when
yes.
he dies, so yeah.
Yeah, even without that, he's basically rocking the penance armor and has a sick magic sword. So I think he wouldn't have any trouble whatsoever. Especially in Termina, I think he would steamroll Termina because nothing could get through his armor. So
I have no idea what these two people are talking about, honestly.
well, that's a quick answer. We'll go on to the next one.
Yeah.
What's the relationship between Lagarde and Sylvian? The two seem quite connected.
No.
No.
Basically, Lagarde was made by Sylvian.
Lagarde was made by Sylvian.
At Sylvian's request, more precisely.
I mean, technically, because Sylvian is the one that created all the humanity with Viteruvia, correct? So technically, she also created Lagarde, but
Lagarde isn't human.
Lagarde,
Is this the Lagarde clone theory?
Lagarde, yeah, basically.
Okay, how does that work?
Lagarde is basically we have Almer at home.
Yeah, I remember that part. But what do you mean with it isn't human? Like, where? How did he? Why? Oh, because no.
That's right, he doesn't have a soul, does he?
Lagarde does not have a soul. He
Yeah.
registers identically to a being without a soul. He's an artificially engineered being.
Yeah. And the interesting thing is that
Then-
there's a good chance Olmir's mother was the same thing, because you need a prophesized human and a new god to make a baby together. Legard is a prophesized human, and so it sort of suggests that Olmir's mother was artificial as well. So it seems like ascended gods just simply aren't human in basically any way. It's all just ploys of the old gods.
Yeah, but would you say that Legard is an ascended god?
No, he isn't. But you
No?
need the prophesized human to make the child ready for ascension.
Yeah, but so wait, let me understand this theory. Sylvian created Legard, and because of this, Legard is able to create an ascended god that is potentially able to do stuff that may not be liked by the old gods.
Well,
So Sylvian is stupid.
no.
I mean, it's mostly not liked by Rare.
Yeah, Rare
Yeah,
is the only
but,
one that seems to not like it, but all the other old gods seem to be pretty down for the ascension. So
Yeah, so it's not so much Sylvian being stupid as much as it is she doesn't really care about Rare's opinion.
I don't think anybody does. I think no, but like, from what we've seen, like all the ascension candidates, all the old gods were like, yeah, let's do it. And Rare is just sitting there seething, and he can't do anything about it.
Rare is that one guy in the corner of the party who's just like not having any conversations with anyone, but thinking he's better than everyone.
Yeah, yeah, basically. Because like he specifically wanted to stop the ascension, or well, I'm not entirely convinced that he's against it. I think he just wants people to follow the correct paths. I think he wants people to follow the rules. Well, before he left, at least. Look, I need to look more into Pocket Cat's dialogue, but I wouldn't be shocked if they were going to take the girl and then to drop her off in the darkness so she can ascend anyway.
Oh, so you're saying there is the possibility for Pocket Cat to also cause the ascension?
That's what I think. Yeah.
Oh, so that's
Hmm.
so Pocket Cat's the one that takes Nasra to ending B.
It
So,
could be.
Kahara lives? That's amazing.
Yeah, Kahara
We
survives.
solved the guys.
No, actually, he
We solved
doesn't.
it.
He doesn't survive. He tries
Doesn't?
to escape the dungeon and it collapses on him, and then you find his skeleton
Hard.
with his armor.
No.
Sorry, he doesn't.
Damn.
He doesn't get out. Kahara's not getting out, bros. I'm sorry.
He was so close.
But then how does
You
his sword
know-
wind up in the church?
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Well, his
that's-
arm was
that's not his
outstretched with the sword. And, oh wait, no, he
It
gets
is
it
his
afterwards.
sword.
Yeah. It's
No, it's
not
just
it's not his
shaped
sword,
like
it's
his
not
sword. It's not like it was a unique sword only Kahara had in the entire universe.
Yeah, but listen,
He was the
listen,
first
listen.
person to
What
have a
about
sword
the
like that.
doll? What about the doll in the bag
Yeah.
before we get?
The doll.
The doll is... No.
Yeah, the one that-
Yeah, go to the ketchup.
Yeah. No, but like the Eastern sword that has critical
Black
chance.
Steel?
I think it became the Black Seal. Why couldn't the Kahara sword become that? You know?
I mean, because it's a pretty generic weapon with no special properties, unlike the Eastern sword, which apparently was a sword with magical stuff related to it, and also a sword
this
infested
sword
by a
can
ghost.
hit- Ghosts.
Oh yeah,
You
no,
mean-
the Sabbath is a magic sword.
Yeah, he can
Yeah,
hit
but,
ghosts with that.
Yeah,
But
Kahara
Sabbath-
was not able to hit ghosts.
Sabbath
He-
was
he, of
explicitly
course,
mass
got
produced
it
though.
cursed.
Sabbath
he got
was
it cursed
explicitly
after
mass
that.
produced.
Nah. Also, I want to say something since we are talking. Since for a second we talked about Kahara leaving the dungeon.
Mm.
Do you guys think Kahara did ending A, or do you guys think he is not related to that, and there is the possibility that the girl just went there on her own?
No, he definitely did ending it.
There's
Pocket
more
Cat did it
endings
with
that are
his
canon
cover.
than there are playable characters.
Yeah.
If you want to assign specific people to specific endings, you're wrong.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with this, Jones. It's one of the only times we can actually agree a lot because I
Because
think
you're wrong so often.
I think that trying to interpreting too much the stuff gameplay wise could potentially, I know it's paradoxical to some, but this could potentially cause you to not understand that there is the possibility that stuff just can happen without you actually doing it. Like, how was Ragnvaldr able to enter the thicket if you have to open with the explosive vial? How was Darcy able to go into the mines if you have to trigger the elevator? This kind of stuff, while okay, you may say the elevator was turned back up, or you may say some other stuff, still, I still think that some stuff are just too much of gameplay-wise stuff and don't have to be considered for the lore.
I can answer that.
It's not
I can answer both of those,
yeah?
actually. Ragnvaldr did the August parkour over the walls.
I was
Oh
gonna say
no.
Yeah,
There's a great
I actually
video.
saw that on Twitter.
Yeah. And Das used leg sweep to get through the stairs door and go down that way.
Eh?
Yeah.
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 What do you mean,
Wait, which door?
Oh wait, no, she
The
got
one in
down to
prisons.
she didn't do that. She just jumped down the elevator, and she had leg guards on, so her legs couldn't break.
Oh, you're right. Actually, that makes sense. Actually.
Oh. She had extra durable leg guards that got reduced to regular
Yeah.
leg guards when she landed.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
God damn it.
But no,
I was
here's what
trying
happened,
to prove
right?
a
Here's what
point,
happens.
but-
Enki ending S, easy mode. Das rescues Lagarde.
How far off topic are we from the question at this point?
I don't even remember what the
I
question
don't
is.
know.
I've completely forgotten.
I think that's
Um,
how does Ragnarval survive or something like that.
How does Ragnvaldr survive? That wasn't any
Yeah, I
question.
think it was that question. What's that question?
No, we never had a question like that.
Oh.
Whatever, it doesn't matter anymore. Let's just discuss this because it's
Um,
more interesting.
Okay, yes. Enki ending S, easy mode. Das rescues Lagarde, takes him to the throne with Nashra. And so it's Enki, Das, Nashra, Lagarde. They go to the throne, and Lagarde ascends first. He goes to, not ascend, he goes to the throne first. Das goes through, Enki goes through. Enki then, does the whole Soul Anchor stuff. Lagarde becomes the Yellow King. Das becomes the Tainted One. Ragnvaldr can't find Lagarde. He can't find him at all, so he clears out most of the dungeon, but not all of it, recruits his pet cave wolf, and leaves. Kahara winds up, he's trying to do his S ending, but he has a girl with him because he can't just leave a little girl behind, because he's a new dad, and he's, that's what he's thinking
that makes
about.
Sense.
Then he goes and fights the Endless One because the little girl's tired and she wants to have a nap, and so they fall asleep and they fight the Endless One. And then she's like, "Go drop her off in the pitch darkness. You're not coming back, by the way." And he's like, "Okay, we'll do that." That's what happens. That's how it's all canon.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Why would
because like, I mentioned
Kahara
that
accept?
Kahara pretty much is fighting for their newborn. He's doing this for the newborn.
Yeah, it's
But
it's because it's his character growth. He wants to make a
Yeah.
better world for his own child. Well, it's probably not even his kid that what is it, Celeste? Is that her name? That Celeste has?
Yeah, Celeste.
yeah.
And when the Endless One, because he is an endless soul, speaking to the Endless One resonates with him.
So he's just saying, Lamau, Celeste is gonna die because I don't bring the money, whatever.
Well, she's fine
Yeah.
anyway. She's a girl boss.
No, she's not. No, she's not. Like,
She's girl bossing,
she's gonna
yeah.
stay in the brothel forever. That's gonna be a terrible life.
Well, it's a shit
Well,
life.
the
But
thing
she's not
is
gonna die
that
from it.
it's either that or making the future brighter for everyone.
Yeah, he knows that the future is gonna suck if he doesn't do this. So
I don't know. I don't think Kahara. I don't think Kahara would really do this. Like, Kahara seems one of the people that cares the least about the stuff that happens. The only situation in which I saw Kahara as a human and not as just a person that wants to have fun, etc., is when you talk with him in the void, because the dialogue he has is very deep. But apart from that, in all the other situations, Kahara is just a douchebag that just wants to get the money and leave.
no,
Like,
see,
if you find the
He
crown,
cannot feel.
he's
That's
gonna.
The thing about it, he cannot feel. That's what it is. But he still, like.
But like,
No,
if you
see-
find the crown,
there's a
he
reason,
literally
like,
leaves the
there's a reason why he's still
zone.
going through, right?
I'd
reason why
like to
he's still going
propose
through
a
it.
much better theory.
Okay.
Go. Okay, wait. Don't put anything like, what if Kahara is Garroth or something? Okay, go ahead.
So I was with Mao for a while with the whole Enki Nasra yada yada party. But I'm going to offer an alternative theory where it's just solo Enki using the debug tile. And that there's a second art running around somewhere.
Can we ban Jones
And
from
the
the podcast, please?
true nature of the taint of the tainted one is that she doesn't properly exist because she was invented by debug tiles.
So the tainted one was created by debug tiles.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I like it. I like it.
No,
That's why she's tainted.
Uh,
It makes so much sense.
next question. Next question.
I really like the
Running from the
part
truth
of
as always,
Kahara.
I say.
Yeah, I can't stand the truth.
Somebody wants us to talk about the horror inspiration and references in Fear and Hunger. So let's just say, what's your favorite reference in the games? I can't go past the Terrifier reference in Needles. I think it's pretty good. I think he actually does a pretty good job of making him feel close to Terrifier without him being like totally broken. Because like if Art the Clown was actually in Termina, like everybody would just be dead because he's like, some weird unstoppable force, right? But I love how chaotic and crazy he is, like, whipping out the pistol. And he does that in the movie in like a fantastic scene as well. I think that's pretty good reference.
I would say the Penance armor.
Berserk, right?
Yeah, like the funny part is I am currently not arrived to the part of Berserk in which there is the actual armor worn by Guts, which is a reference to the Penance armor technically. But still, while going through the game, and of course with the time, of course some spoilers from Berserk arrived even to me. And I saw the design of Guts in that armor, and it's so gorgeous! It's so gorgeous. Like I can't wait. I would continue reading Berserk just to see the moment in which he puts on the armor.
And then you drop it?
And then, I already dropped it because after Miura passed away, is it passed out or passed away? I don't remember, how do you say it?
Miro passed away.
Okay, after Miura passed away, I kind of dropped it because I was feeling kind of sad that I would have never been able to complete it, and let me say it was because I was trying to compartmentalize that he died, but I still didn't, so I just stopped.
Yeah, I have, and I have no idea of Berserk sadly. But my favorite one, it is Resident Evil 4. All of it, everything.
Wait, what is it?
From the villagers in Termina that just straight up Resident Evil.
Oh,
From the town.
Yeah.
From the place where you get a sniper that is a shotgun in the main game. All of it, just Old Town is just Resident Evil 4 for me, and I just cannot have enough of it. I love that part of the game.
Did you see that the meat grinder was originally a dude with a chainsaw?
No, I have not.
There was old concept art that was
amazing.
posted. I'll need to try and find it. But it was literally just a dude with a chainsaw. It wasn't like with the sack mask on or anything like that, but it was like a regular dude. And I was like, man, that would have been sick. Meat grinder is pretty sick,
amazing.
but you can't.
Yeah.
The aesthetics of just a regular chainsaw is pretty sick.
There's also another thing. I was playing a mod, which is the promotion mod of Fear Hunger 2. They actually opened the house that is blocked off, and they had a chainsaw guy showing up out of nowhere, like one of the mob guys from there. And it was just it fits so well as in Resident Evil 4. I swear to God, such a good game.
It is really Resident Evil 4, isn't it? I never thought about it. I never played it, so I never really thought about it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, Termina is basically Silent Resident Evil Hill 4.
It is very Silent Hill, isn't it?
With that zombie game that I forgot the name. With Frank West. I forgot the name. What was it?
Oh, Stubbs the zombie.
No.
Army of Darkness?
No. Who the fuck is Frank with again? Dead Rising, that one.
Yeah. I've covered wars, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh man, I cringed so hard when I read that because it's just, don't put memes in your games. I won't be able to take them seriously.
Some of them were removed, like because when you fight Dan, he says, "Let's rip and tear," and people complain so much
Yeah,
that Miro
he
changed
changed
it.
it.
I was like, that's like one of the least worst joke references in the game, right? You know, Marina calling Marco a Chad when you wake up, that always cracks me up. I'm like, that's so everything else, like a lot of stuff I can be like, you know, it's reasonable for the characters to say that, but Marina saying that is like, I think that one's too far.
It disconnects.
Yeah, that's just modern day internet slang. That's not 1920s. I would have loved to see. I know it's well beyond Miro's ESL abilities, but I would have loved to see some period accurate slang.
That would be pretty rad. Make Marina say it all since he's such a zoomer.
Like, I don't know, talk about getting zozzled when you have too much vodka, or escape plan being, I don't know, relying on your getaway sticks.
How do you know this slang, Bones? Are you like secretly like 100 years old?
It's a long story. Don't worry about it.
That would be pretty
Because he's
funny.
100 years old. That's why.
Make Marina sound this like absolutely ridiculous shit. Next question. Oh, do you think there are retcons in Termina?
Yes.
Yes.
Versus
Yes.
Yes.
Wait.
You
Let
don't
me
even-
finish. Versus anything that's like an actual mistake. What do you think is a retcon, and what do you think is just Miro forgetting?
Wait, aren't retcons technically considered corrections to mistakes?
No. Retcon is when you rewrite some stuff in a previous installment in the series because you want to do something different.
Yeah, so Venushka would be a retcon that was sort of designed for. So that wasn't a mistake. You know, Miro didn't consider Venushka not existing a mistake. It's just that he didn't put Venushka in. But he designed the old gods in a way that he could add extra stuff. So I think Venushka would be a good example of a specific retcon.
Is that really considerable a retcon? I think it's more like it's just a new stuff added more than a retcon, honestly.
No, because there's a bunch of spells from Sylvian and Grogeroth that now belong to Venushka. If Venushka was entirely brand new spells, then it wouldn't count. But the fact that Venushka pinches a bunch of their stuff, I think, counts. And
I mean,
the fact
there
that
are
nobody like talks
Yeah.
about a god of nature at all, like one bit, and nature is actually, you know, something that comes up a little bit in the first game. It seems a bit odd that Venushka wasn't even named at all.
Yeah, what about that skill thing you said? Like, there are some skills from the other skill trees that get changed in Termina. Is that a retcon too?
No, so the way... Okay, so this is something that comes up a lot in because I keep talking about the Tainted one. So soul skills. So a soul is works a certain way, right? So the Endless Soul is about having freedom of movement. Freedom of movement in the 1500s means being good with a sword. Freedom of movement in, you know, the 1900s means being able to talk your way through an armed checkpoint. You can't fight your way through an armed checkpoint of 30 guys with guns. It's just not happening no matter how good you are. But you can talk your way through. So the skills that are associated with the soul change to reflect the times. But the actual core of the soul is the same.
But can't the concept of the gods change, changing the abilities they grant?
Not really. I don't think it's sort of been explained that way, or it's been shown in any other way.
I mean, God of the Depths died, so...
Oh, well, that's
technically
through Ascension,
changed.
and Venushka wasn't through Ascension, so that's different.
Yeah, but that's just an example. Like, God, the concepts can change. They can give birth to something new, etc. Venushka died during Termina. No, the nature is dying. No,
No, Venushka was dead before the first game.
before. But the point is, like, concepts can change.
I guess, but
yeah,
the fact
they
that
can be changed by retconning it in and sort of awkwardly ham-fisting that justification
Yeah, that
into
makes
it.
sense.
but
Yeah, you know what? I'm looking too much into it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go with the retcons. Yeah.
Next question.
Yeah, you're coming up with all sorts of horrendous pretzels of logic in a desperate attempt to justify what's ultimately just the creator going,
Oh,
you know what,
I
it'd
was
be
just
neat if I added
curious.
this in, so I'm gonna.
I was just curious. I have no problems. Like, I don't care honestly if it's a retcon or no. So I just wanted to know if.
universe retcons, they still will be retcons.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But the point is, I don't really care if they are retcons or no. I just wanted to be sure I was understanding correctly.
Yeah. Okay, next question. If you were in Termina, what would your skills be?
Okay. Should we do it as in us explaining or explaining to someone else? Like, should I explain for Apollo
Eh.
or should I explain mine?
Um,
Oh no, it's more
What's
fun
the-
if
what's the
we
most
explain
fun
the
way?
others.
oh no.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Do
yeah.
both.
Okay. Mao, you go first.
Okay, so who's next in the list here? I'm the last, so we'll loop back around to Raccoon. Your skills would be, because you're a raccoon, you would have escape plan, you would have steal, you would have advanced botanism for foraging. Is that advanced botanism? Yeah.
No.
That
No.
undergrowth
That
awareness?
is undergrowth
That's it.
awareness.
Undergrowth awareness. You would have undergrowth awareness, and you would probably have what's something funny?
I got 3 skills from the characters of the game, so not even a single unique skill so far.
No, why would you get unique skills?
You're not cool
Oh.
enough for unique skills.
Yeah, you're a raccoon. Sorry. We're not coming up with 4 like
Yeah.
brand new skills on the spot. This will take an hour each.
Wow.
You get August parkour, which I guess isn't a skill, but you can do it anyway. There you go.
All right, I like it. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's meta. I'm meta. That's fine. For Apollo.
No, you have to do Jones.
No,
You
for
idiot.
Apollo.
You're doing the
For
order
Apollo, listen
Discord.
to me, okay? Listen to me. You're gonna have, have.
No,
You're gonna
Raccoon.
have
I
the-
am preparing.
you're gonna-
I am preparing mouse skills. So you do
I don't
Jones.
give a flying but
Nah.
you are going. Listen, okay?
No.
Listen,
No,
okay?
you have
You're gonna go.
Ah.
You're gonna be gulping as your attack. When you gulp,
And
you
it
deal
has to
damage
deal
to the
mental
enemy.
damage to the opponents.
Exactly. Yes. And you know what you also do? You go ahead, you teleport around, and you go on people's doors, and then
You
when
would-
they open it, nothing happens. That's it. That's what you do.
His soul would be the throat goat soul.
Yes.
Ah. All
he,
right.
also, he also goes ASMR, and with the ASMR, he restores everyone's.
I mean,
HP
I am
at the cost of
creating new
sanity.
skills.
I'm telling you how your skills go.
Yeah,
And
the
your
fact that I'm
last
creating
skill
new
that you're gonna
skills
be
is
using,
good.
the last skill that you're gonna be using is farming Pinecone Pig for 2 hours in just 5 minutes.
You know,
you can
Pinecone
get-
Pig is an actual skill in the game, so technically.
No. What I'm saying is you can get Pinecone Pig for 2 hours only for 5 minutes because of your patience. Like time just goes faster for you. So Pinecone Pig is your ally. when it
Time
comes to
travel
farming.
fast, but only for the Pinecone Pig.
Yeah, only for the Pinecone Pig. Exactly.
Okay, I see.
Okay,
You know
that's
what?
all I got.
I'm gonna do Mouth Dog regardless because I wanted to do Mouth Dog because I already prepared them.
And then
I'm
also
going to
gonna
do
do Jones
myself
again.
then. Okay.
no. So after, we're not letting Bones do himself. This is gonna be awful.
No.
So what
You
we'll do
gotta
then, from Polo will
wait.
do me, and then each one of us will come up with one skill for Bones.
Apollo will do me? Wait,
Yes.
what?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the skills of Mao.
And then
Okay,
each one of
so-
us will come up with a skill with one skill for Bones each. How does that sound?
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
So, Mao, it's very simple actually. You are a sort of TV. And we all know TV is one of the things that is able to influence people the most, unfortunately. So, your skills are gonna be persuasion, intimidation, and most important, orders charge. Because we all know if the TV says, do this or do that, everyone is gonna mindlessly follow.
That's true, yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And because of that, you are the perfect pub enjoyer.
I hate PAV skills so much. They're so useless. I hate them.
No, wait. Orders charge is good. I mean,
Is
it's suboptimal, but it's usable.
I guess if you're... I never play with like a party, so that's probably why I hate it. I guess if you had like a party full of meat grinders, it'd be pretty good.
Yeah, orders
I mean,
charge
yeah,
isn't
yeah.
bad, and on guard would be good if it worked.
It's pretty broken at the moment.
Yeah.
They don't work. They don't work.
I think his other one,
don't work.
Bury the Trauma, would be good if mine ticked down during the day, and if you could get it like early instead of getting it like at the end of the game. I think it would
And
be a
yeah,
lot better.
if
Yeah.
mine was ever something that you cared about, it could potentially be good because you use less. But
Yeah.
no,
Only time it matters
wrong
is
game. That wouldn't even be useful in one.
You know, one thing I could say that Mao can probably actually convince a god in giving him another skill that is not accessible to anyone else with their lore talk.
oh yeah, I'll talk. I'll talking to God until they give me a skill to make me go away.
Yeah, no, like you talk to Almi and you're like, sun. And then you get like the sun skill tree.
Ah,
The
just
sun
reveal them.
skill tree.
yeah.
I don't know.
That would be
That's
an
what I'm thinking right
interesting
now.
thing, actually, being the only character that can access the spells of the sun god.
Yeah,
Mm,
exactly. Like you
Primordial
know so much
skills.
about the gods that you reveal their true self,
yeah.
persona style.
Sort
That'd
of
be
like
interesting.
Enki and God of the, or not God of the Depths. No, yes, God of the Depths.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
That is my whole take on the mouse skill.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
only way I
yeah.
could
A
think of.
skill you get, and then it lets you get like one primordial spell that's been forgotten from the other gods. That'd be interesting. Hmm.
And now everyone is gonna pick a skill for Jones.
Dun dun dun.
Huh. That's interesting.
Oh,
Oh, sorry. Just one sec.
You're lagging.
Yeah. Try again.
Murdered live on the podcast. Let's
Oh,
go.
he's dead.
Oh, perfect.
Are you back?
Raccoon. Yoo-hoo. Okay, whatever. In the meantime, I'm gonna say, oh, Jones, I think that I know this is gonna be pretty boring, but I'm gonna give you barefisted proficiency.
What a boring thing.
That's
I hate
like
it.
that doesn't even do anything though.
Yeah, it
I
just
know,
boosts
right?
action. It sucks.
Exactly.
It actually
That's
sucks.
why I give it to you.
Rude.
Okay, so instead of having range toss, you have bone toss. And what it does, and it bounces on every single enemy, depending on the torso you chose. For example, you chose the torso, it bounces on every single one of them torsos. And the more enemies there are, the more damage it does. If you choose an arm, they're gonna bounce on every single arm of the enemies.
So it's gonna hit up to like twice.
Exactly, but maybe in the future you get more enemies. Like for example, for the rat gang, the torso hit will just destroy them.
We found the new meta for the rat gang. Perfect.
Fine.
Yeah,
Finally.
just all bones Joe just tossing the bones, but you toss the bones against boneless, and you lose that part forever. No more arm.
Would be a boner ring. That's what the skill be called. Boner ring. There you go.
But I need my bones. I'm not gonna throw them at people. That's insane. I need
I
those.
mean, you're insane.
Yeah, but like I'm crazy like a fox with schizophrenia.
You know what's
Oh.
funnier? Your bones are like ammo, and they regenerate with the time, like by resting or by using soul stones.
Bones work. You don't grow.
No,
back
you'll
bones.
find so white vials are secretly milk, and if you drink milk, you get your bones back.
They contain a lot of calcium.
All bones milk, pretty much. You name it in the characters like.
All bones milk.
That's
Yeah.
not how bones work.
I think it is actually. That is exactly how bones work.
Yeah, it is.
Why
So...
are you trying to tell me how bones work? One of us is an expert here.
I get. Wait, if I remember correctly, 5 seconds ago, Mao told us we picked the skills for you, so that's
Yeah,
why we're
sorry,
telling
Bones.
you.
Sorry, this is how it works.
Speaking of Mao, what are the skills that he has?
So for an easy answer, intimidate. But for a fun answer, let's come up with a new skill. So you're giant and really strong, right, Bones?
Yeah.
What if you run at a door, it breaks it down? If it's a locked door,
Yeah, I can see that.
I think that'd be pretty fun.
Wait, who, Jones or the door?
You break it.
I just imagine the Jones just falling into the ground like
Falling
a
into
pile of
pieces, and let the xylophone noise plays.
I mean, I do actually have specific training for breaking down doors quickly.
Oh, there you go.
There you
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you get that skill and you put it on, like, because you know how there's characters who are like weaker,
Wait,
right? If you put it on
Wait.
one of those characters, they have to hit it twice.
wait. Isn't
Wait,
this skill just leg sweep?
Oh, you're
No, it's
right. It
bone
is.
sweep.
There you go.
go. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
late. You've
whoops.
been downgrading to ours.
Wow. Sorry. Yeah. But it'd be on the overworld, and there'll be like an animation of the door falling over. I think it'd be sick.
Oh, you know what? Let's make it even better. You're able to make enemies fall down, not only doors. And when they fall down, all their body parts get stunned. So you basically get a locust swarm single target.
Oh,
Hmm.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
if you
better.
charge
Yeah.
enemies. And guarantee the stun
Isn't
stat.
that just on guard with extra steps?
On guard, but
because if
good.
there are 3 enemies, for example, like in the mob, you can only stun one of them. The others are still able to attack.
You can actually stun the 3 of them if you're good at the
And
game.
no,
Really
it's
good.
not just a French toss because you don't require a weapon
No,
to
I'm
do
talking
that.
about booby trap, shotgun. And
No, yeah, I was just precisely because since he mentioned leg sweep, I was thinking he was gonna say, isn't that just a French toss? So no, it's not French toss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get to be a man.
But see,
Oh, wait, shit. I just realized that means that I'm stuck with... Oh, wait, no. Oh, but everyone else already has one done. Never mind, I don't do anything.
so if the stun works when you sprint into someone, right? So you say you sprint into someone and then they stun them. That'd be ridiculously good for just navigating, because then you can ignore most enemies if you just keep running.
You know, there
Yeah.
has to be like a downgrade to this, which is when you're running the other world, you cannot stop running forward until you hit something.
Ha, the Pegasus boots.
yeah.
And if you miss the enemy and hit a wall, you lose HP, like 10 HP or 5.
No.
That was a 5.
But you can use it to bounce backwards over pits.
What if you float above the pits in the forest while running? like a cartoon character.
I mean, even if he falls down the pits, he's not gonna die. He's made of bones. Who cares about
But
the,
bones
the
crack
spikes
and
at the
just
bottom?
get pierced. What
Yeah,
do
but-
you mean?
Yeah, but like
I
a
mean, bones
spike.
crack, but I just dodge them.
Mm.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah, you're right. And he comes back up and says, "Yo, what up?"
And then he'll just drink some milk and his bones will be fine anyway, so.
Ah,
Yeah,
true.
exactly. So he can throw more bones at the opponents.
Yeah.
I mean, more than anything, I could just fall down there and just like reach one arm up and grab the edge of the pit and pull myself out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it's too deep, what you can do is you can like grab one arm in your other arm and then do it that way.
How handy of him.
Can we ban a dark raccoon?
Is this the second time
Let's
we've called to
continue.
ban him today? I think it is.
Let's continue
Next
with the
question.
questions.
Pretty, please talk about Samari. I literally love her so much and want to hear your thoughts, pretty please. Are you sure you want to, if you love Samari, okay, if you love Samari,
I'm gonna-
why would you want to hear our thoughts on her?
I'm gonna just destroy Summer if I speak of her, so I'm not going to.
Do
Why
it.
you guys hate Summary?
Do it. It'll be funny.
Okay, go for it. Go for it.
Go for it,
Should
Raccoon.
I?
Come on.
Should
Yeah,
Yes.
go for it. Yeah,
We're
yeah,
all
funny.
telling you to do the thing. Do the thing.
But I'm gonna get in trouble.
Do it. Who cares? Like a troubles. This is a podcast. We are here to
Look,
express
it's fine.
ourselves.
If it winds up being like with Pav, we can just bleep it out later.
Yeah, we'll just bleep it out if it's bad.
Right. Okay. If it is too much, just actually leave it out. Actually, I'm not even kidding. By the way, Mo.
Yep.
So
I've written it in my
I
notes.
enjoy Summary because of a
Whoa.
character being so different. So different from
Oh,
the
he's
others.
getting so nervous. It's like he's trying to confess a crush or something.
Samurai, we've known each other for a while now, and I just want to say I really enjoy your company, and I think you're pretty
God
cute.
damn it.
Do you want to go out with me,
I
Samurai?
like her as a character. She's so different and unique. But sadly, as the same happens with Kahara, where he's marked as a character who just gets by a guard and that's it. As Ragnar is just shown as like a massive, strong guy and that's it. As Marina is shown just as, this vision of that she's a guy, right? That's the whole character arc. And somebody suffered from this character arc of just liking Marina. And that's the whole thing that she does. And usually I would enjoy to see more art, more story, more open to her character growth in the story than just I like Marina and that's it. I killed your father and that's it. There has to be more that the fans can come up with to give Summary a wider approach. And that's usually how I see Summary just being just like Marina and that's it. And I don't really like her because of that.
The way
There is this other
fandoms work is
character.
that they take a single character aspect of a specific character and fixate on that to the complete exclusion to all of them till they wind up as grotesque parodies of themselves. So that's
Yeah.
never going to happen. You're just
Yeah.
going to be stuck with that forever.
I think this isn't even a fandom problem though. I think this is just a Miro problem because that's literally all she does. Like she doesn't have.
Yeah, like
anything
there is
else.
this other character. There is this other character
I mean,
in
Miro
the
ain't
game,
helping.
so which is called Dars, and Dars' personality is limited to "I want to be with Legard. Please step on me."
Yes and no. There is growth to Dars. Dars is at the end of the game, as you remember. She's tired of you helping her all the time, and she wants to be the one who helps herself. So she goes through a growth through the story, and I want that to be shown in images, in stories, when people talk about her.
Wait, when?
But
When?
no.
When? I forgot. When does she say that?
You know when Gahara goes through this chat with you about wanting to continue fighting, and he's about to give up, or he's sitting at the
Yeah.
void. Darcy does the same. She's so tired of being helped all the time by you that she wants to be the one who
but
helps her.
that is non-canon because Dars becomes the tainted one apparently.
I don't care about the canon stuff. I care about what I saw. I
mean,
saw that, and that is canon for me.
Ah, okay, understandable.
Yeah. What I'm saying is like there's so many ways to portray that character. There has to be something to be done. And it could be a Miro problem that he just did that with the character and that's it. But there's more to it. Because Summary
The
doesn't...
other is to just look at the canon.
The thing about it is that Marina doesn't recognize Summary. If you're playing Fear and Hunger as Marina, you don't have the choice to recognize Summary at all.
Because
If
they
you're
never
playing
met.
with Marina...
They canonically never met.
Yeah, and Marina, if you're having as an ally, it's the same. And she's shown at the end of the ending of Marina ending B or C, she's shown with Summary in a photo, even though she's dead. So like there's so much lore to go with, and I love it, but I haven't seen anything because it's just Summary likes Marina and they just wanna
But that's all
it.
that's shown in the game. All the things you described, it's like that's literally it. Is Samurai is obsessed with Marina. That's her
community can make so
entire
many
character.
things that can just make the character just shine so much. I don't know.
There isn't though. There is like what makes her shine? Like her entire character is I love Marina.
There has to be stuff. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. When you like a character, you can make situations, and that kind of stuff I want to see. it's not just about the footage that you see in a media or in the game or whatever that is gonna be making that character be a thing, right? It can be whatever you want, and I haven't seen anything of Samurai. I even seen Pav as a furry, even or an echo. I don't know why that exists, but I saw something with that. But Samurai doesn't exist with anything like that.
Because Samari
It's
is a
just
boring
so
character, not important, and a part of the community likes her.
Maybe.
But like the point is, I think if we add more to Samari character, then having her in the end of Marina is gonna become less shocking. You know what I mean? Like Samari dies, you see her in Marina final image, and that makes you go like, wait, what? Is that Samari? What happened? But if we add more characterization to Samari, I think that image loses a lot of shock value.
Confusion?
You may say shock. No, not confusion. It's not confusion. There is a difference between mystery and confusion. And I think for now this is a mystery. If we put more characterization into Samari, I think this becomes less of a mystery and more of a thing you would just say, okay. I don't know how to express it properly, but I don't mind Samari as a character, honestly, but I liked the final image of Marina ending. That's why I'm saying this.
Yeah, I like her as being some obsessed weirdo. Like, I like it, but it is an issue that a lot of the characters just aren't very well developed. Very few of them have any sort of growth whatsoever. I think Marina, out of all of them, has the most, and it's still not very much. But in regards to Samari showing up in her ending, I think that is something that's going to be explained because it's probably related to the doppelgangers, probably. And I get the impression that Miro's going to give us a bit more about the doppelgangers because it's so just... There's just nothing about them. Like
Miro will finally confirm that doppelgangers are actually just a debug tile gone wrong.
No.
I legitimately think it is something like that, to be honest. It's weird logic stuff, is what I think.
Going back to the topic, though, I really want Samurai to be a character that I enjoy having in my story because she's there. She's better than caring. At least she does something. But I don't know. I want to see something of Samurai that would make me not ignore her.
Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely like her to be a lot more developed. I'd like her to have like a real skill as well. I think that would be sick. You know that skill we were talking about? Where the one you guys gave me, where it's like you can get like a unique skill from the gods if you get this other skill from her soul? I think, give it to her. I think that'd be sick.
Mm-hmm.
Blood sacrifice?
Oh, definitely.
No, wait,
she will have
one?
summoning, more than likely.
Yeah. Yeah, she needs a little more, I think. Probably not in the next update.
So, I believe I said this before in one of the podcasts before, but I think it would be nice to have her summoning monsters in the corner of the screen that cannot be attacked. And these monsters attack each turn that passes.
That sounds like
unique
something
way of
Miro
summoning.
can program.
So you can just put a monster in the screen on the corner.
So
in
what,
each corner. I have 4 of them.
So like how she summons necromancy. Will you do that as you play as her? Like a skill?
Yeah, like for example, you go ahead, you summon, you lose some of your HP, but you have a minion that's going to be showing up on the top right. You can summon another one top left. A one in the middle. You cannot interact with them, you cannot move them, they just attack each turn or do something each turn.
So you basically want the puppet arm skill 2?
Yeah.
In a way, but
it's really more like blood
just
gold,
follow the
except you can
background.
ignore the party limit.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yes.
puppet arms. So it's the puppet arms.
Yeah, but one that works well.
Puppet arms. I mean, it's an extra action. What do you mean? It works bad?
It crashes the game most of the time.
Does it?
I'm
Yeah.
missing these. Wait, what?
The puppet arms, what was it called?
Flesh
Puppetry.
puppetry.
Crashes the
Flesh
game
puppet.
most of the time, yes, and doesn't really work most of the time with Lichmonger when it should work. And
Weird.
it seems to also disable coin toss guarding at times.
Really?
Forever, by the way. Forever. Kind of like the way that if you finish a fight with extra turn with Moonless, you cannot use Sylvian spells anymore. Kind of
You
like
can't
that.
use any spells anymore.
Oh, no, yeah, sorry. But
Oh,
yes,
And even
kind of like that with
not
Flash
even-
Poetry.
Okay, that's peculiar. Okay, let's say once they fix Flash Puppet, it's gonna be a little bit better. But yeah, I think Summary, in my opinion, doesn't need more characterization. Also because there are 14 contestants. Eventually, there is gonna be one contestant at least with less characterization in favors of other with more story. Like, if we don't want to get to playable Caligula, that's fine. Caligula is
It's
a,
not
is a
fine.
moron.
It's not fine.
And you know it.
That is absolutely not fine.
But I like
What do you mean
him.
not fine?
Caligula is amazing. I want him.
It's unacceptable.
No.
There's no point in playing Termina if he's never going to be playable.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm
He
saying
will not be
is
safe until we get the S ending of Caligula.
Yeah,
He will
exactly.
be watching over the skies while we watch Rehival.
Rehival.
You see the names, right?
I mean, I would love to have Caligula playable too, but what I mean is we already have like 8 playable characters. Are they 8 or 6? They're 8, correct?
8, yeah.
It's 8.
Yeah,
8.
8. Okay, already 8 characters. Coding in a lot of different events for the possible combinations of characters that stay outside is already a monumental task to do, okay? It's, okay, some people may just say, it's not that amount of stuff. There are studios that with a lot of, without more stuff and events. Yeah, but it's just mirror working, first of all. So what I'm saying is, I don't really care if some character stay in the darkness more and have less information about them, as long as there are, like, I don't even hate Dars for being a moron that loves Legard and that's it, because if you consider it more from the side, women were allowed to enter the army, which is a weird thing if we consider in the medieval times. Like, in medieval times, women were disregarded a lot. Do you remember that?
Yes, I was there.
You see, I was there?
But still, the point is, she literally is able to, like, have a part of her army, and then she decides to, on her own, break ties with her family and unite to a mercenary group. Like, that's a very strong decision. Like, the way in which she's portrayed, she represents really the dominating soul. Then, after that, the fact that in the rest of the story she's just a Legard, pushover, etc., it's another thing. But I don't hate her so much, regardless of her having less personality, because with her, we got characters like Enki, we got characters like Najra, we got characters like Valtail also. Valtail is fucked up so much that I love him.
Well, I mean, it's sort of similar with Kahara, right? Like, he has the Endless Soul, and the whole point of the Endless Soul is wanting freedom, but his whole arc is completely different from that. Like, you know, he doesn't want freedom when he's in the dungeon, he just wants money, and he's just obsessed with money. And he wants to look after somebody, like, he wants to get tied down into a marriage. Like, you know, it's sort of the exact opposite of what the Endless Soul is like, so it doesn't always line up as well as it could.
Yeah. And like, even there, Kahara, on the surface, has the general idea of, you know, I want to get the money, etc. But at the end, he still cares about his family, which is also why I think he does not do ending A. But still, the point is, he is very very interested towards being able to give Celeste and their son a good life. There is a lot of stuff, even the dialogue he has in the Void, and all the kind of stuff. Also, there is a cat content dialogue with him, which I really love, which is basically another version of the Void dialogue, but in the mines. And he also calls himself Kahara of the Desert, which makes me like him even more, even more than before.
Oh, that's interesting. That's right. He's from the east, isn't he?
Yeah, but in the dialogue he explicitly says Kahara of the Desert, so it's
That's
a little bit different.
I think probably now's a good time to stop. I think we've got.
No, it's not. You still have to talk about Semari.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. I completely forgot. Yes. I mean, I kind of said, well, while you guys are talking, I think she's okay. I think she could be more interesting. I don't really care how the fandom portrays her because they always do dumb stuff anyway. But yeah, I think she needs more skills. I think her skills are good, but they could be. Give her one that's like really interesting, really cool. Give me a real reason to go and kill her. and I will enjoy her a lot more. I like her fight.
Yeah.
I think her fight's fun. I like the whole setup going down there. I'm not the biggest fan of her Moonscorch design. I think it could be a little more interesting, just a little. I like the halo, and I like the necromancy and the arms outstretched. I think that's cool. But I think it could just be a little more interesting.
Yeah, her Moonscorch design is basically just a fat chick with a halo doing the YMCA.
yeah.
I like it. It feels like it can fit in JoJo easily.
Anyway,
Back to
my
JoJo.
opinion on Samurai is normally I'm into Psycho Stalker goth chicks. I've got plenty of stories about Psycho Stalker goth chicks. One of them destroyed my car by dumping a can of gasoline on it and setting it on fire.
Eh?
But she's just too ugly to even qualify as a slam pig, so I can't even care about her.
You can't say these things, Bones.
She's not even a slump buster.
Oh my god. Anyway.
Not even a butterface. The rest of her is pretty boring too.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
okay, so you were saying, even you usually are into those chicks, yeah, but
Yeah,
Oh.
but I have standards, I guess.
Can we wrap up before Bones makes people
Now we
even
can
more
wrap
angry?
up. Now that we've ended on a high note, we're allowed to wrap up.
We have an enemy
Okay.
encounter pretty much with both.
Oh yeah. I can hear the mob approaching now. I can hear the meat grinder and the glass shatter already.
Okay. Let's do one final question with 10 seconds to answer for each one.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Oh, hang on. I've lost where we were up to. Who's the best waifu / husbando from each game?
Oh, that's an easy one.
Okay, let's do from bottom to top.
Bottom to
Yeah,
top?
let's go from bottom to top.
Raccoon changed his name to Z so he could get away with it.
Bottom to top, let's go. Which one's best?
Okay.
The best to what? What? Can you repeat the question?
Best.
What is it?
Waifu or
Waifu.
husbando?
Husbando, Ragnvald.
Okay, from Termina.
From Mina, Levi.
Levi. Okay. For me, it is Lagarde from the first game, and then Olivia in Termina.
Okay, for me it's Kahara in the first game and Dan in Termina.
Ooh, good choice. Oh, actually, that's obvious in hindsight. Yeah, I don't know what I expected.
For me, it's myself.
You know
If you're
that.
the girl.
And in Termina, it's obviously Samurai, right?
No, it's still myself.
All right, guys.
There's a rule that said we couldn't include mods.
Have you modded yourself in already?
No,
There's a
someone else
mod
did.
for you.
Someone else did? That's
Someone
Really?
else modded me in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he put Moonless in the tablet card. That's him.
All right. Thank you all very much for coming in, guys. This is I think this might be the longest episode we've done so far.
Yeah, 2 hours on the clock.
Yeah, so thank you very much for coming in. I think we've got at least one more episode out of these questions. I'll have to double check. But yes, thank you all very much for the suggestions you sent in. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.